Hey guys, Dave here. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to our playthrough of A Touch of Evil. And just to recap, at this particular point, what has happened is we've played already now 3 rounds, and we've had the darkness track has advanced a couple of times. We have had some reinforcements coming out on the board where we have some militia on the board. We have improved some stats on our characters. We've also investigated one of our elders, Lord Handbrook. He is actually the hero of the people, and he is currently an ally that has joined over with Adriana, our foreign traveler. But unfortunately, there was a villain attack, and right now our Reverend Harding is considered dead, but he has not been investigated to see what secrets that lie within him. So we're going to pick up now with our next turn. So we have Adriana, the foreign traveler, is up, so we need to roll for her her movement. Let me just check her abilities to make sure if there's anything else. She just has some enhanced senses, so she could actually look at some. She can investigate our town elders. She's currently at 6 investigation, and she is going to. We're going to roll the dice. She rolled a 3, so she is in the. She's currently in the magistrate's office, and I think at this point we're going to move up, and hopefully she can get rid of these crows. So 1, 2, 3. Now, dealing with these crows, there is a way that we can try to drive them away. So it says that whenever a hero enters or starts their movement in a space, we have to roll a d6. So if she rolls a 1, that's going to be bad. We don't want to roll a 1. And of course she's going to roll a 1. So we can lose 1 investigation, an item, an ally, or take a wound. Well, we will lose 1 investigation. So that's gone. Now, we can attempt to use an action to drive them off. So we're going to make a spirit or a cunning 5+ test. Well, let's see. What do we have? The spirit or cunning, and also. So we have a 4 cunning, but we also have a 4 spirit from Lord Handbrook. So Adriana is going to use her cunning ability to try to drive them off. So we're going to roll 4 dice, and we're looking at a. We need a 5+. So any 5s or 6s that would be beneficial. We can get rid of that crow, and then we'll be able to gain some investigation. And unfortunately, she is not able to drive off those crows. So that's going to be bad, because her next turn she's going to have to. She may end up losing more stuff. So in an attempt to drive him off, she was unsuccessful in that. Okay. Let's see. All right, that's her turn. Next is going to be Abigail Stern's turn. She's the green down here, so let's roll for her movement. And she rolled a 2. So we're going to move across this space here and over to here. And she also is, now she entered a space with the crow. She is going to discard 1 of her investigation as she enters that space, and she is going to attempt to drive off this crow marker on the board. So she needs to make a spirit or a cunning test. Well, right now she has a spirit of 3 or a cunning of 5. She has a base cunning of 3. She enhanced it, so that makes her a 4, and then having her book of witchcraft is going to give her another cunning. That's 5. Actually, she'll have 6 because she's a student. She gains +1 cunning for every book she has. So that is going to put her at 6 cunning. So she's going to roll 6 dice to try to drive off this this particular crow. So we're looking for 5 or 6s. We have 1 5. that's enough to do it. So this marker comes off the board, and she will collect 3 investigation for that. So 3 investigation here. All right. That is going to be it for her turn. She's trying to move over to be able to collect more investigation over on the sideboard, because if we look over this way, there is quite a bit of investigation for her to take. So next turn, hopefully she's going to get over there. All right, so moving on to Sarah the Bright Witch. At the start of her turn, she is going to gain 2 investigation. So we have that right there. And we're going to roll for her movement. So let me place this on the board, and we'll see what we get. And she rolls a 5. Let's see. Sarah already has been to the windmill. She has a manor item as well. So I think she is going to actually move. Well, let's see. What does she need to do? Sarah has several items. She's got plenty of investigation to be able to investigate the... She can invest. Oh, actually, what she can choose to do is she can linger. Oh no, because she can, because she could give an item to Valeria. So actually, what she's going to do is she's going to choose to linger and stay at the manor and have another encounter there. But what she needs to do is roll to see what happens if she lingers. If she rolls a 1, then she's going to have a problem. But she rolls a 4, so that we're not going to worry about that. And she is going to have another encounter at the manor. And we have the Bleeding Wall. It's an investigation. After dinner, the silence is broken by the scream of a servant girl. Rushing to the study, you are aghast to discover the west wall apparently bleeding. Is this trickery or a dark sign of things to come? Make a combined cunning and spirit 5+ test and gain 1 investigation for every 5+ rolled. Okay, so that is Sarah the Bright Witch. She's making a combined cunning and spirit. So she has a spirit of 4 and a cunning of 2. That's 6, 7. Because she has a book of town history, that's going to give her 1 additional cunning. And then another 2 spirit for the family Bible. So she's actually going to be rolling 8 dice. That's a really, really good roll. So we have 2, 4, 6, 8. So let's see, 4, 6, 7. Oh, actually, she's going to be rolling 9 dice. She's got a base of spirit of, she has a total spirit of 6 and a cunning of 3, so that's 9. So we are going to roll these, see how many 5s we get here. Or 5+ actually. So we have 2 so far. She had 2 6s, and we will roll 1 more and see what happens there. And she rolled another 6, so that is going to give her 3 investigation. All right, so we'll bring that over there. So she has actually 8 investigation right now. So that was a good encounter for that. All right, so I think what we need to do is let's take a look at the Reverend Harding and see what kind of, let's see what happened with him when he was killed. We're going to choose to pay 4 investigation to take a look at his secret. So we have a 5 here. We'll get 1 back. And let's take a look at the secret that a Reverend Harding has been holding. So we'll grab his secret. And, well, he was a coward. The town elder has gone through life with a boastful roar and an arrogant bravado. In reality, when confronted with the most trivial of threats, they are reduced to a whimpering, quivering lump, just as likely to soil themselves as they are to run screaming into the night. So he's not part of a hunting party. He's dead. But anyways, so we actually know that Reverend Harding was a coward, and he has been killed as a result of that. So we'll have to see what happens in the future with him, but unfortunately he was scared, and now he has taken his secret. Well, his secret has been exposed. Okay, so the next player to go is Valeria the Eternal. So let's roll for her movement and see what she gets. And she has rolled a 5. Let's see. We're going to move down. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or 1, 2, 3, 4 at the windmill. She already has a windmill item that's over there, so it's not... Actually, you know what? I think she's going to also choose to linger at the manor. There's something about this place that it's worth spending some time there. So let's roll a dice, see what happens. So she rolled a 2, so fortunately not affected by that. And let's see what happens for her while she's at the manor. And we have a book of medicine. It's an item. So at the end of each of your turns, you may choose one hero in your space, including yourself, and make a Cunning 5+ test for each roll of 5 or 6 heal 1 wound from that hero. This may also be used at the start of each showdown fight round. Okay, so let's just make sure. Okay, so she cannot use a gun or any items that are holy. Well, this is a science book, so again, she could choose to. These books can actually go to our friend Abigail Stern at some point to really beef her up. So we have some things that we have in our arsenal already. Okay, that's this particular round for all the players. So let's go ahead and move on to our mystery phase. We have to roll on the cooperative mystery chart. So let's see what's going to happen for us there. Let's see. We are going to roll 2 dice to see what we get, and we rolled an 8. Murder. Draw a random location and place 3 investigation there. Move the shadow track 1 step closer to darkness. This counts as though the mystery card murder had been played. Oh, wonderful. Okay, so the random location is going to be the church. So 3 investigation are going to go there. 1, 2, 3. And let's see, we're going to then move the shadow track 1 step closer towards darkness. So we'll go ahead and do that. Down to 17. That's going to cause Sarah the Bright Witch to lose 1 investigation. And Valeria the Eternal is going to gain an investigation. Now, the other thing is that we also have the... this is just as if a murder card had been played. So we have to worry about the Master of Terror ability for the Scarecrow. So we have to roll a D6. And if we roll 4 or plus, there is going to be a Murder of Crows there as well. We rolled a 3, so fortunately we do not have to deal with that. So that was our roll on the mystery phase. Now we have a mystery card for Abigail, and this is the horror. It's a mystery. At the start of each mystery phase, including this one, roll once on the cooperative mystery phase chart. If playing the competitive game, or roll a second time on the chart if playing the cooperative game remains in play. So that's bad. That's really, really bad. So that means that every time now we have a mystery phase, we're going to have to roll twice on there. So hopefully we can find a card that will allow us to remove one of those cards. But that is unfortunate for us. Things just got a whole lot harder. Okay, so at the end of this particular round, we're going to move our start player marker down to Abigail Stern, and we will start her turn. So let me move this out of the way, this location, and let's roll for her movement. So she rolls a 6. She is going to move over to the south dock. So let's go over here. Let's see if she can go 1, 2, 3, 4. She could actually go to the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. She could go to the north dock. And while she is over here, she could actually pick one up while she's going through. So I think that that's probably going to be the best thing that she's going to do. Well, actually, she's going to move 1 and stop there. So when she moves through the crow space, she is going to give up 1 investigation. So she'll lose that. As her action, she can choose to pick up all of the investigation on a spot. So that is 5 investigation that she is going to pick up. So we'll just trade in these 5 single ones for a 5 and place that over on her board. Now, on the south dock, it says roll a d6. On a 3+, draw an event. On a 1 or 2, draw a mystery card. So hopefully we're going to roll higher than a 1 or 2. And we rolled a 2. So that's not going to be very good. What happens at the south dock is no one is safe. The villain attacks, killing one of the town elders. Roll a d6. Any town elder with a cunning equal to the roll is killed. Each hero gains 2 investigation. All right, the villain strikes again. Here's the cunning roll. The cunning roll is 3. Any town elder with cunning equal to the roll is killed. And the cunning roll of 3 is actually going to be Lord Handbrook. Let's see. That is bad. So let's see. Anytime the shadow track crosses a new stage, it returns to its normal position. I'm not sure if he is, when he's an ally, if he's still considered able to be killed. Let me just check the rules on that. Okay, after consulting the rulebook, actually, Lord Handbrook is going to be killed as well. So we've now lost our hero of the people. One thing that I forgot to do before is I was going to have the darkness track move 2 spaces when a town elder was killed, and actually it would have been moved 1 space there, 2 spaces. That's actually going to give 2 additional health to our Scarecrow villain this way, plus his additional bonus. And I think at that point then he would have been returned to his normal location, because it said that like once it crosses over into like a new zone, that he would have done that. And then we're going to move down 2 more spaces for another one of our town elders being killed. That is going to cause Sarah the Bright Witch should have lost all her investigation, so that would have been 4 investigation. So we're going to have the 4 investigation is actually going to be going over to Valeria the Eternal. So she's sitting on quite a bunch now. But we took a big hit there, so sorry about that before in terms of the darkness track, but we've kind of taken care of that now. Unfortunately, though, that was bad. This is the 2nd time now that we have had one of our town elders has been killed. But I guess the the only compensation for that is that Abby Stern is sitting on quite a bit of investigation. And I think what she is going to do, she doesn't have quite enough money on her. She's not going to do anything on her turn except for end her movement right where she is at, over at the South Dock. Alright, so going back to the next player's turn, Sarah the Bright Witch. We're going to roll for her movement. So let's go ahead and see what we get. She rolled a 2. At the beginning of her turn, she's actually going to gain 2 investigation, so we'll get that over there. And I think she is going to move into the space with the crow, and we're going to try to get rid of that. So we will lose 1 investigation. And then trying to get rid of the, to drive them off, we have to do a spirit or a cunning 5+ roll. She actually has a spirit of 6, so we will roll 6 dice to try to see if we can drive that crow away, gain some investigation, and keep the minion off the board. So we have 1 success there. It's all we needed. So this crow is coming off of the board, and she is going to gain 3 investigation for her efforts. Okay. Don't think there's really anything else that she's going to do. Well, we could investigate another town elder, see what happens. We'd like to get everybody exposed to see what they have. And it costs 1 investigation less to look at the secrets of a town elder for Sarah the Bright Witch because of her book of town history. So let's see. We're going to spend 3 investigation, and we're going to take a look at Sophie the Midwife. And let's see what kind of secrets she's harboring. Hopefully she's not evil. Oh, inner strength. She's secret. She is pure. A fire burns in the heart of this town elder. With a warrior spirit and a hero's courage, they are a natural leader and a powerful ally. During a showdown, the hero gains +2 fight dice, as well as the town elder's normal special ability. This is really awesome. So, hopefully Sophie does not get killed. But she is definitely going to be someone that we know is safe, and we want her on our side. So that's a good thing that we found out from her. Okay, so let's move on to Valeria the Eternal's turn. She is currently sitting on a boatload of investigation. She has 2, 4, 6, 8. She has 10 investigation. She actually has enough to buy a lair card to see where we can find out where the Scarecrow is hiding. But let's first roll for her movement. She rolled a 1, so she is going to draw an event card. Honorable gesture. Event, give any hero or town elder +2 honor for the rest of the turn or showdown fight round, or prevent any number of wounds that another hero is about to take. Gain 2 investigation for each wound prevented in this way. Okay, so we've got a good card there. Let's see. Unfortunately now, when she starts her... oh, actually, I'm looking at the wrong... space. Valeria is actually the blue over there. I thought she was going to be in one of those crow spaces over there. You know what? Let's have her again linger at the manor, and let's see what happens. Maybe she'll be able to get some more investigation. So she rolled a 6 for staying there, so that's okay. Let's see, what do we find at the manor? We have a Haunting Spectre. It's a minion, a lost ghost, fight dice 3, health 2, reward. When you defeat this minion, take this card as a trophy with the following. Once per game round, you may reroll any single die you just rolled. Okay, so the way that this is going to work is Valeria is actually going to be able to fight. Let's see. she, well, hopefully she'll be able to win. She's immune to curses. So she has combat already. She has a so she has a base combat of 3, and she has a +1 combat for her pitchfork. And once per fight round, you may reroll one of your fight dice. If the reroll is a 1, discard the item. Let's see. And then she also has a book of medicine to heal if she takes any wounds. All right, so she's going to be rolling 4 dice. And the Haunting Spectre is going to be rolling 3 dice. So the green dice are going to be for the for our hero. The black dice are for our minion. So let's see what happens. Okay, so we have, well, she's going to deal 1 damage. Actually, what's going to happen is we can re-roll one of these dice. So let's re-roll one of them, and hopefully we can get a hit on a 5 or we need a 5 or a 6. We rolled a 1, and unfortunately, if that re-roll is a 1, we discard the item. So unfortunately, we have lost our pitchfork. So that is gone. And the Spectre is going to deal a wound to Valeria. She currently has 2 wounds. I think she's actually going to stay in it. Hopefully she doesn't get, well, if she gets knocked out, that's going to be bad. She's going to lose, she's got to lose investigation. Let's see, well, because she could try to heal. She can try to heal. Let's see if she can do this again. Now she actually now only has 3 combat. It's going to get 3 against 3. She needs to be able to deal get 2 hits on this Haunting Spectre. Oh, she's going to put the 2 hits onto the Spectre. She's going to actually take this as a trophy, but she is also taking 1 wound. Let's see what's going to happen. This actually may prevent, let's see what happens now. We may prevent her from being KO'd. So, automatically heals D3 wounds at the end of a fight round in which she defeated an enemy. So let's see how many wounds she's going to actually heal for this. So it's going to prevent her actually from being KO'd. Let's see. She's going to heal. Whoops. Roll in the box. Only 1 wound. So that's good enough to keep her alive. And the next thing is she is going to, at the end of her turn, you may choose 1 hero in your space, including yourself, and make a... Well, actually, it's not the end of my turn. Before I do that, I'm actually going to spend, or Valeria is going to spend 8 investigation to purchase a lair card. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 investigation. And she's going to purchase a lair card and find out where the Scarecrow is hiding. And he is hiding at the inn. So we know that we'll place this out. This is where the lair is. It's the cost is going to be 3, so it's actually going to cost 6 investigation to be able to start a showdown with the Scarecrow. But we know where he is hiding. So he's over at the inn, which is over on the other side of the board. We already actually have a militia there, so we already have an advantage that way. And so this trophy is... This is actually going to be considered a trophy rather than an item from a corner thing. So this is once per game round you may re-roll any single die you just rolled. So, okay. So now at the end of her turn, we're going to look at this. We're going to use this Book of Medicine. At the end of your turn, you may choose 1 hero in your space, including yourself, and make a Cunning 5+ test. For each roll of 5 or 6, heal 1 wound for that hero. So she has a cunning of 3. So let's roll 3 dice, and if she can roll a 5 or 6, we can heal some more wounds. And unfortunately that did not occur. So, all right, that is Valeria's turn. All right, so now it's Adriana's turn. So we'll roll for her to see what her movement is, and she rolled a 4. Let's see. She may not use. Let's see. Pay 1 less investigation when looking at a town elder. All right. So the first thing that she's going to have to do is pay 1 investigation because she is she's starting her her turn in a space with the crow minions. So we'll just take this 5 away and we put 4 back over there. And she is going to move 4 spaces. Let's see. I think she's actually going to move over to the church. 1, 2, 3. And she's going to end her movement there, and she will pick up the investigation on that space. She's going to draw an event, and then hopefully she can train and gain some of her spirit. So let's see. The event is leading a question event. Play as an action to gain D3 investigation. Okay. Let's see. We're going to hold on to that. We will go ahead and pay 2 investigation, though, to train her spirit. So we need to make an honor 5+ roll. She has an honor of 4. So we're going to roll 4 dice, looking for a 5+. And unfortunately, that was a bust for her. So unfortunately, she's not able to train her spirit over at the church. So that's the end of the players' rounds. We are going to move into our mystery phase. So we will roll on the advanced cooperative mystery phase chart and see what happens. We rolled a 7, Surge of Evil, and roll once on the villain's minion chart and work out the results. If it's a minion or if the villain attacks, draw a random location for placement. Okay. So we have the Scarecrow minion chart. We will roll once to see what happens. We rolled a 5, which is the murder of crows. And we will draw a location, and it is the abandoned keep. So the murder of crows will place a crow token there and 1 next to it here. And let's see, I think that is it for the mystery phase chart. And the next thing that we need to do is draw a mystery card. This is going to affect Abigail Stern. Murder. The villain has struck again. Place 3 investigation on the board at a random location. Move the shadow track 1 step closer to darkness. Alright, well, let's see. Let's move the shadow track down 1 step closer. That's going to give another 2 health to our villain. And also now we are at stage number 12. So he's already going to have 2 additional combat and 2 additional health. So we are at 27 health for our Scarecrow. We are going to need to beef up and try to get after him. So let's see the where our random location is going to be for our 3 investigation, and that is actually going to be on the Forgotten Island. So let's go over here. The Forgotten Island is here. 3 investigation will go there. Yep. And Because this is a murder card, we have our ability of the Master of Terror for our villain. So I need to roll for that to see what is going to happen there. So if we roll a 4 or more, the Murder of Crows goes out there as well. We rolled a 5, so of course we're going to have Murder of Crows show up. So we have one on the Forgotten Island, one on the North Dock, and one on the South Dock. So now, whenever a Murder of Crows is rolled, put a Crow's marker in the space as well as additional Crow marker in every adjacent space. Let's see here. Whenever a hero enters or starts their movement in a space with a Crow's marker, or if the Crow appears in the hero space, roll a d6. Oh, actually, I've forgotten those other ones. I was just having them paying investigation. I needed to roll a d6. So, anyways, so they did not roll a 1. So that was good. Okay, that's that. So I think I might have made a mistake before on Abigail's turn when she was supposed to pay for the pay 1, or she just paid 1 investigation, or actually when she moved through that space. I should just make a roll and see what happens if she had rolled a 1. She rolls a 5. So actually she would not have had to pay that 1 investigation, so I'll actually give that back to her. That was my mistake on that. But that's really not going to affect anything at that point. So, alright. So that was the mystery phase for that. And we will go ahead and move on with Sarah the Bright Witch. With her turn, she's now going to be the start player for the next round. So looking at Sarah the Bright Witch, she is over the yellow player. So let's roll for her movement and see what happens with her. She rolls a 2. Okay, she's going to actually move up into the church as well. She's actually, I have to remember too, she gains 2 investigation at the start of her turn. Although, when she would needed to have paid because of the murder card, she would have lost 1 investigation, and Valeria the Eternal gains an investigation. So I'll just shift that down there. So let's draw an event at the church. We have just a scratch. Prevent 1 wound that a hero, town elder, evil elder, or villain is about to take. So we'll place that in our hand of cards. And she can try to improve her spirit. She does not. I don't think she's going to pay 2 investigation. Right now she has a spirit of 6. Oh man. I need to backtrack one thing before we had her turn before she started, but I need to resolve something else. We have this event, this mystery thing, the horror. So I actually need to make a second roll on that cooperative chart. So let me go back and fix that before we get too far ahead. All right, let's roll and see what happens there. So the other thing that would have happened is 7 is another one of the surges of evil. So we'll have to roll on the villain's chart to see what happens with that. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. We rolled a 5. So another Murder of Crows is actually going to come out at the town hall. Okay. Ooh, this is not going to be good here. Let's see here. So town hall, and then all adjacent locations. So 1 there, 1 there, 1 there, and then there is 1 that I'm not able to place. So that's actually going to cause the shadow track to move down 1. are one step closer to the darkness. So let me take care of that there. That's going to affect Sarah the Bright Witch of having to pay one investigate or losing an investigation, and Valeria the Eternal is going to gain an investigation. All right, so now she would actually have moved to that space, and there is no crow marker there because we cannot place them. So right now we have all these crows that are on the board. We need to start worrying about getting rid of them, but unfortunately that's not going to be able to be the case for Sarah. So we're going to now move on to Valeria's turn. Valeria the Eternal. She is the blue player. We'll roll for her movement. See what we get. We rolled a 2. That's not going to help her. She needs to move down and try to get rid of some of these crows. Let's see. At the end of your turn, you may choose one hero in your space and make a Cunning 5+ test. For each roll of 5 or 6, heal 1 wound from that hero. She's going to do it herself. So she's got a Cunning of 3. So hopefully she can heal herself. We have a 6, so she'll be able to heal 1 wound. So that's good. So now she's down to 1 wound on her. And let's move it up to Adriana, the foreign traveler. She's the one in red, the lady in red. And we'll move her, we'll roll for her movement. And she rolled a 2. Let's see. Well, she's going to move into the doctor's office, and while she's doing that, we'll roll a die and see if she has to lose. If she rolls a 1, she's got to give up an investigation. She rolled a 6, so we're good that way. So the first thing that we're going to do is try to drive away this crow, so she can do a spirit or a cunning roll. She's got a Cunning of 4, so let's see if we can drive this crow away, gain some investigation, and then be able to encounter this space. Unfortunately, she cannot. And I'm looking to see if there's any way for her to re-roll any dice. And unfortunately, there is not. She cannot do that. Let's see. No, that's just fight dice. So unfortunately, she's not able to drive that away. So, but I think she can still encounter a space because the crows do not stop. They do not prevent a hero in the same space from taking action, such as encountering the location. Okay, so she's at the doctor's office. So we're going to draw an event card. Let's see what happens there. All right, we have more militia. Place a militia marker on any named space on the board. Limit 1 militia per space. All right, so where do we want to place those? Let's place the militia. We haven't really done much on this other board, but let's place some militia over on the Forgotten Island. And we'll place one up at the monastery. We haven't even been up to the monastery yet. And we also didn't realize, like over at the manor, we could have moved across the board, you know, by spending 1 investigation. But I did not do that. We just never moved over to that side of the board to be able to do things. Now, we can heal wounds for investigation each, or I think what I'm going to do is use one of our action cards, and this is to the plays an action while at the doctor's office, and only if there is at least 1 town elder dead, gain D6 investigation. So let's perform an autopsy and see what kind of investigation we can get. We're going to gain 5 investigations, so that was a good result on the autopsy. That's going to give her 5. She's got she has 10 investigation right now, so she's got quite a bit to be able to start making her way over towards the inn to have a showdown with our villain. Let's see. And then finally, let's have Abigail Stern take her turn. She's over on this side of the board. Let's roll for her movement first. She rolled a 2. So the first thing she's going to do is start her... she's going to have to roll a 1 to see if she's going to lose any investigation or anything like that. She rolled a 3, so that's good. So she has 2 movement. So she's actually going to move across into the Forgotten Island. And she will move again for that crow space. And she will roll a 5, so she doesn't lose anything there. She will pick up the 3 investigation there on that space. And she's going to attempt to drive off this crow. So she can do a cunning. So she's going to have actually a cunning of 3. Her base cunning is 3, plus 1 is 4. 5 because she has a book that gives her plus 1 cunning, and another cunning because she has a book, so 6 cunning. So she needs to roll 5 or 6 to drive away this crow. And she's going to be able to do that. So we actually have driven this crow away, and that will give her 3 more investigation. So she actually is at, she has 14 investigation. So she's sitting quite well too. Maybe need to go to start buying some items. Maybe she can make her way over to the monastery and get an item over there. But the next thing we can do now is encounter this space, the Forgotten Island. So let's see what happens there. Okay, Sacred Stone. It is a magic item. Plus 1 spirit, plus 1 honor, and discard at any time except during a fight round to fully heal or to cancel a curse on any hero in your space, including yourself. That's pretty awesome. So she now has a spirit of 4, and she has an honor of 3. So that was actually a benefit for her as well. So, all right, that's it for this round of characters. Let's go into our mystery phase. So now I'm going to remember that we have that event, the horror. I'll bring this back out. We have to roll twice on the advanced cooperative mystery phase chart. So our first roll, we have a 6. March of Darkness. Every minion on the board immediately moves 2 spaces along the shortest path to the town hall. If there are no minions on the board, instead roll once on the villain minion chart and place the minion at 2 random locations. Okay, well, let's see. They're going to move 2 spaces, so we have, that's 1, that's 1, that's 1. That's going to be bad. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and 1, 2. Okay. So here's where it's going to get bad. We are going to have to remove 3 of these markers from the board, and that is going to cause the darkness track to go down 3 spaces. So we have it going down 1, 2, 3. That's going to give an additional +1 combat to our villain. And that is going to cause Sarah the Bright Witch to lose 3 investigations. She only has 2. So those are going to be gone. But Valeria is going to gain 3 investigation. So just made her, as the darkness is growing, she is getting stronger because of her ability. So she has more of her investigation. That was the first. That was the first one. The second roll now on the advanced chart is 6. It's a March of Darkness again. Oh no! So this is going to go 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2. That's going to be 4. Wow, we're really in trouble. Let me move these cards out of the way. These lair cards don't need to be there on the board. 1, 2, and 1, 2, and 1, 2. So that's going to cause us to drop 4 more spaces onto the on the darkness track. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We are down really, really low. That's going to cause another +1 combat to our villain. And Sarah the Bright Witch doesn't have any more investigation to lose, but Valeria is going to gain 4 more investigation. So, boy, that was bad. That was bad. Okay. Now we need to draw a mystery card for Sarah. Choices to be made. It's a mystery. Death. The player that drew this card must immediately choose one of the following. Sacrifice an ally. Choose 1 town elder for the villain to kill. Or take D3 wounds. And, well, she doesn't have an ally. We don't really want to kill a town elder, because that will cause us to go down 2 more spaces, and the game is already almost over. We're already in trouble. I think she's going to choose to take D3 wounds. So hopefully we roll low. Let's see what happens. Of course, we're going to roll 3, and that is going to actually cause Sarah the Bright Witch to be KO'd. Okay, so and of course that happens during her during the phase here, so she's actually not going to be able to revive until her next turn. So anyways, I think we're going to call it a session for this particular set of rounds. So hopefully you guys are enjoying this playthrough. Things are really, really bad right now, looking really, really bad for our heroes. We know where the villain is hiding at, but we just need to be able to get over there. Right now we have one of our heroes is knocked out. We have a lot of investigation, so we just need to bulk up and get over there. So hopefully the next round we can make some headway. We need some investigation so that we can pay to move that darkness track back up. So, all right, well, thank you guys for watching, and we will see you again in the next episode.